Alright guys, we got a trailer for Ahsoka Season 2, and yeah, look, I'm anticipating this show, but to say that Star Wars has been on the back burner is an understatement. Like, look, I'm someone who supported the Disney era content a lot more than most people have, and even I'm like, look, that Mandalorian and Grogu movie probably should never have been a thing. Let's just be real, that should never have existed. Look, we have this show, and we have Starfighter coming out next year, and that's pretty much all we got. Like, there's nothing else Star Wars happening, you know? We got a couple of video games, but one's like a racing game. It could be fun, but it's a racing game, you know? So I don't know. There's a lot of cool stuff that could happen in this second Ahsoka TV show, but it feels like we're at the point now where it's like, look, the fact that Mando and Grogu, the movie, did not talk about Thrawn at all, and yet this show is going to be all about Thrawn returning, it feels like there is some massive disconnect happening in the halls of Lucasfilm, where, like, there's no plan. There's no plan at all. So hopefully this trailer makes it seem more like there's actually a plan. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Tell me, Ahsoka. What troubles you?
Okay, so we got Hayden, Clone Wars era, flashbacks. Weird lightsaber.
I'm always walking by your side.
Citizens of the glorious empire, I have returned. I took an oath to protect the empire. I therefore declare war on the Rebel Alliance.
So Thrawn's like fully back, he's not hiding at all. Attacking Republic cruisers.
What did you see?
More and more danger than I thought.
Balin claimed to have knowledge of a power.
Master!
One that could end wars.
Yeah. Finally, Ezra and
A
Zeb
long
get
time
to...
ago, I walked away from the Jedi.
This is your trial, Ahsoka. Take your time to decide. Are you a Jedi? Or not?
Okay. Alright, so they're definitely leaning into the fact that Hayden's back, even more so. You know, we didn't really see him until, like, what, episode 5 of first season? So they're definitely, like, full on being like, yeah, he's back. Like, he's in the show now. So I guess first thing, let's go ahead and let's take this piece by piece here. So this is probably Dathomir, I'm assuming. It's red. It's covered in weird vines. It's all smoky. It's Dathomir. Okay. So these are the new Thrawn troopers, or whatever you call these. I don't know. The ones with the red ribbons on them. They're the ones that Thrawn was hanging out with on Peridia. So, okay. And then we have, like, what appears to be a Clone Wars era flashback sequence. Now, is this actually a flashback, or is this more of a vision that they're having together? I don't really know, because they're fighting this guy, and I have seen people online say that this is a lightsaber that we've seen in some comic book somewhere. It's definitely strange, you know. It's like, you only put this middle part in here specifically so you can't do the Darth Maul thing where Obi-Wan cut it in half, specifically to avoid that one instance that you made this whole lightsaber. That's kind of funny. It doesn't seem super practical because you can't spin it that well. You can't even touch the middle of it. But okay, sure. Now they're fighting this guy in the middle of the forest, assuming that this is another Jedi. You know, it's just I guess it's just a new thing that happened at some point in the Clone Wars that we just never talked about before. But look, we get another fighting sequence with Hayden and the young Ahsoka actress. That's gonna be cool. Okay. Thrawn looks pretty good. He's definitely, like, he's made his home base on Dathomir with his witch friends. Let's rewind a bit. So we get yeah, Ezra Bridger's back. He shaved himself. Okay, cool. Hera's there. I don't remember who the people on the left are supposed to be. Now here's Thrawn's whole thing. If you look to the right, I forget what the name of those lizards were in the novels, in the 90s novels. They were lizards that could like put a bubble around themselves that would like stop the Force from being used. That was their whole deal. Now that's not canon. Like they don't let those things be canon, but they do have like the lizards there in the background as like a statue, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, we just have him back, going full Empire. These are kind of cool. These like laser circles into the ships. That way people can just like jump down right into a ship. That's pretty cool. Not sure what's happening in the background. You can see the they did this, right? The 3 Dathomir witches, they had like some kind of weird like laser connection thing. That's right. I remember they did that in the first season. Okay. Some ancient Jedi temples, I'm assuming. And then yeah, so we got the new Balin scroll. You know, unfortunately the other actor had passed away. But he's here looking for some ancient power that, you know, of course has something to do with the Force entities, the father, the son, the daughter. We saw their statues at the end of the first season. And whatever this temple is, I don't know if it's a Jedi temple, it's some kind of temple. It's got a bunch of like reflecting light and mirrors. You know, I'm gonna be real with you. If you look at these 2 windows, they look like eyes. So I wouldn't be too surprised if like the statues we saw at the end of the first season, you could go inside of those statues, and that's what they're in now. They're actually inside of the head of like, you know, so like his eyes are gonna like show like, I don't know, like a light beam, like go this way, you know. Actually, that seems like what's happening there. I bet I'm right about that. Let's see. So on Dathomir, okay. Now these things. So we're still here on Peridea. It looks like we're at some part that has like strange. They look like metal bird skeletons. Very interesting. I don't know what these are supposed to be. And then we have, what's his name? This guy. We don't know anything about this guy. He showed up. He stood in the background. This guy with the golden face here. This guy. He showed up, stood in the background. He looked cool. No information on why he is significant at all. You know, Star Wars does that a lot. They have armored characters who they just are significant. They'll get their own action figure. They'll get like a different name. They don't really do anything. He's got one of the Night Sister blades that can actually like go, you know, touch a lightsaber, so that's kind of cool. Shin Hati is fighting Professor Hu Yang here. He's going full Grievous, so that's cool. Alright, so a lot happened here. Let's see. So Ezra's fighting that guy again. Sabine is torching some kind of robot. Okay. And then we get some more dogfighting. There's a lot of dogfighting here. So my only explanation can be that maybe they're gonna say that the Mandalorian Grogu happened before Thrawn came back, because otherwise, yeah, I mean, he was like searching for higher up ex-Imperial people, the Shadow Council members. Like he was searching for those guys in that movie. So the fact that Thrawn was not mentioned at all, the only explanation could be is that happened before Thrawn came back. That's the only way that makes any kind of sense, given what's happening here in this trailer. Okay, so we got a better look at the robots that they're fighting here. So they're inside some kind of temple. Here we go. Look at this. Look at these weird robots that they're fighting. Okay, and that's where we're gonna end it. Okay. There are some people out there that are still like, they don't like that Sabine is Force sensitive and that she's being trained as a Jedi. Be honest with you, I just accept it. I'm just like, okay, whatever. You're telling me that it happened off screen and that she was trained at some point in the years between Rebels and this show starting. Fine. Okay, whatever. I accept it. That's what they said happened. It happened. Okay, all right. Yeah, of course, the most interesting thing happening here is like what's happening with the Force the Force entities, the father, the son, the daughter, like what's going on with those guys? Balin is chasing some kind of power that they have. I'll tell you, years ago, this was 2-3 years ago at this point, there were people talking about rumors of the mother, which is a character from Legends, of her being a major plot point here. I don't know if that's going to be the case, because those rumors are very old. But I do like that Thrawn's back, and he's starting a full-on war, and he's doing the Thrawn thing. Like, that's what he's supposed to be doing. It feels like at one point, in fact, no, it doesn't even feel like. I feel like I know this. I think I know this. At one point, there was going to be an Avengers-style team-up, because you were going to have Din Djarin the Mandalorian teaming up with Boba Fett, teaming up with Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka and Ezra Bridger and like Sabine and all these characters. All of these shows were going to converge at one point, and they were all going to like build up to an Avengers style event where they go and face Thrawn, and that was going to be the plan. You know, like these were all supposed to be together fighting Thrawn. However, it feels like Boba Fett didn't do well, the show. It didn't do well, so they're like, okay, maybe we won't use Boba Fett. And then season 3 of The Mandalorian didn't do so well, and especially the movie. After the movie didn't happen, it feels, or I mean, the movie failed, basically. It feels even more so like any kind of notion that they were going to have this big crossover point, that there was going to be like this Avengers-style team-up. It feels like they completely abandoned that idea. And now it's just going to be Ahsoka Season 2, and it's going to be like whatever Republic characters we have. It's going to be Hera and Ezra and Zeb fighting Thrawn. And then maybe eventually at some point in this season, Ahsoka and Sabine manage to come back to the normal universe, and they help fight Thrawn. That seems to be all that's going to happen. Which kind of sucks, because like I know not everyone loved the Boba Fett show, and the whole Din Djarin and Grogu thing. It feels like they, man, it was like at the peak of Star Wars for a minute, and then they completely just like season 3 just bundled itself. So any idea that like, oh, all the Mandalorians, Bo-Katan, anyone who is here, that like all these Mandalorian army, now that everyone's united on Mandalore and we retook the planet, the whole idea of that just seems gone now. Like I doubt that that's going to come into play at all here. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's just one of those things where you're like, everything that was supposed to happen with Star Wars, the majority of it did not happen. And it's all just like a numbers game. You know, this project didn't do so well. Okay, so we're going to cancel the next 5 projects. And that's going to have these ripple effects across everything. And honestly, it's just Disney Plus, man. Disney Plus, I think, has hurt Star Wars and Marvel more than anything else ever has. And I know that they're trying to scale back. I know that they don't make nearly as many shows as they did at one point. But like, that period of Disney Plus, those like 4 or so years, when they were just pumping out all these shows, like, we're going to be feeling the side effects of that, of all of that badness, for a very long time, you know? And it's going to be like characters are affected, but also anything that those characters were supposed to initially do, all the setup that we had for that stuff, it's probably not going to happen, you know? Like, we were supposed to get so many shows, and we had things like, think about The Rise of Skywalker, right? That movie ended with a setup for a Lando show. Like Lando Calrissian was like set up to go do stuff with what's her name, and then that's not going anywhere. We had a whole Lando show announced. It was part of like a big thing. Where's that show at? Doesn't exist. Boba Fett didn't do well. Okay, Boba Fett doesn't get to be part of anything. Mando and Grogu the movie didn't do well. Do you think we're really going to see Mando again for a while? Probably not. Probably not for a minute, because it didn't do well, and I don't think the merchandise is moving that well. So, you know, it's just like everything kind of got run into the ground. Anyways, Ahsoka Season 2 looks good. Sorry, I'm getting depressed now. Ahsoka Season 2 looks good. I'm still excited about Thrawn being back. I'm excited about Ahsoka doing stuff. Hayden's here. The Force entities. Balin, that the character's really cool. You know, there's a lot of cool stuff happening in this show specifically, and I feel like we're at least gonna get that payoff. But you know, every single time I think about the little branches that are connected to this show, all the other characters that were like at one point or another supposed to be part of this, it makes me a little sad. I don't know, that's just me. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about Ahsoka season 2 and the state of Star Wars, and I hope Starfighter's good. I sure hope that Starfighter movie ends up being good. Anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.